She was something else. I think that if you knew her, I wish that, I mean, you know how they say, if there was somebody that you could meet, Frida for sure would be that person. I think that she would be somebody that you liked. If you are a trickster, if you like to laugh, you would probably enjoy Frida so much. She was the kind of person who, yes, she was a prankster. She loved to pull pranks. When she first met Diego, she had like a group of friends, and they called themselves the cachuchos, which means the caps, you know, like a cachucha is a cap. And they were a very lively bunch. When Diego first went there to paint the frescoes, which are murals, she would make fun of him with the cachuchos, and she would say things aloud to make him turn around. She liked to pull pranks. She's always said exactly what was on her mind, and she was such a free spirit. I remember, if you find out that if you want to look things up about her and you look at old photographs, you'll find that she just did whatever she wanted. She wore whatever she wanted. I do remember one photograph of her that I love. Her family was getting together for like a very formal photograph. Everyone's all dressed up, and her mom is, you know, looking straight into the camera. And Frida comes out, and she's wearing a man's suit. And this was the kind of person that she was. She didn't care what anybody thought about her. She did what she wanted and said what she wanted. And I think that that's a really good, it's a good way for women to think about being, because growing up as a Latina myself, my family was always about appearances. My father was always trying to control everything that I said. So I think that this is one reason, besides many others, but one reason why I loved Frida so much. Even though she was fun-loving and she seemed to be a free spirit, she was also she was very serious about her painting. When you see images online of her paintings, they seem larger than life. But in actuality, most of her paintings were very small. They were like about, you know, maybe like 18 inches by 14 inches. They were smallish for painters. But she was very dedicated to her painting. Once she, you know, I think when she was in her bed and there was nothing to do, she would paint for hours on end. I think that once you're better, like if you've ever been sick, once you're better, the last thing you want to do is work, right? But she was so passionate about painting that they were like little treasures to her. So she was very disciplined as an artist, and I think that also is a very important quality to have as a person in general, to be hardworking and dedicated, but also as an artist. A lot of people say that they're artists, you know, because there's a romantic notion about being an artist, but you have to back up what you do. So if you're an artist, then you should paint every day. You should work every day. You should research every day. And I tell my students this all the time, that even if I'm not painting every day I do something creative. Whether it's I try to work in my sketchbook every day. And aside from her paintings, Frida had so many of her sketchbooks, and if you go to Barnes & Noble, you can find, they've actually reprinted her diaries, which have, you know, they're all written in Spanish, but there's the English translation on the side, and you see all of the things that were going on in her incredible mind, all of the sketches. She has one sketch in particular that talks about, because she had so many health issues. She draws a little foot on a pedestal, and it's a broken, like it's not a complete foot. And I think it alludes to maybe her having polio as a child, and having that the leg be not what she wanted it to be, and then also all of her injuries that shaped her as a person and as an artist. She had so many problems with that leg during the bus accident. One of the many injuries that she had was that she crushed that very same foot. So in this painting, there's a pedestal and there's just a foot. And it says, "Feet, what do I need you for when I have wings to fly?" Frida later on in life got gangrene, which is like an infection, and they were not able to save her foot. So very close to the end of her life, her foot had to be amputated. So this is a common thread in her paintings, is the, the sadness, but also overcoming the obstacles that were in front of her. In many of her paintings, and when we talk about, when we look at her paintings, in many of her paintings, you will see her with her pets. She had so many pets. She had a deer. His name was Granizo. She had monkeys. She had pet monkeys and birds and dogs. Her whole life she was surrounded by all of her little animals, and it's because when she had this bus accident, due to a pelvic injury from the bus accident, she was never able to have children. So these animals became like her children. They became, they helped her to alleviate all of the loneliness that she felt, and they gave her a lot of joy. So when you look at paintings of Frida with all of those animals, those were all her pets.